Welcome participants of the online training program of for AMU faculty members, and here I am Dr. Asim Zafar going to tell you something about engaging students online with Google Classroom. The contents which we have planned to discuss with you today, we will introduce you what is the Google Classroom and what kind of activities you can perform with Google Classroom, how to create a class using Google Classroom, how to customize the appearance of your class, change your profile photo. Once you have created your class, how to add students to your class, how to invite students to join your class. Sometime it may happen that some unwanted students might have joined, so how to remove the students from your class, how to edit or modify a class. Sometime it may happen that you have finished the teaching of the semester and you want to delete it, so how to archive or delete a class, and how to perform communication with your students, how to add announcement and lesson materials, how to create assignments in Google Classroom, how the students can complete and submit the assignment, grading and returning assignments, and additional resources. So these are the things which we will discuss during the. So dear participants, again I welcome you to the first session of Google Classroom. I am Dr. Asim Zafar from the Department of Computer Science, and I am here to conduct online training session on engaging students online with Google Classroom. In this session, as I have already told you, that I will discuss the basic concepts related to Google Classroom, features available with Google Classroom, and a stepwise process of creating Google Classroom and performing various activities related to managing your online class with Google Classroom. After this session, I assure you that the participants will be able to create their own Google Classroom, will be able to manage their students online, can communicate with their students, upload their course materials, administer and grade their assignments, and such related tasks. The prerequisite for this is that you must have an internet-ready smartphone or laptop or desktop and an active Gmail account. Now we will discuss what are basically the features available in Google Classroom. Google Classroom helps to implement a paperless classroom and allows teachers to manage their online classroom, that is class, manage their students, learning material, etc., and communicate with the students, administer and grade assignments, and so on. There are basically 4 important menu items or tabs, you may call it, under which the various features are organized, that is streams, classwork, people, and grades. The stream is where teachers view and add announcements, assignments, discussion, topic, and comments. Using classwork, teacher can administer assignment, questions, and upload course materials. People allowed to manage teachers, co-teachers if any, and students. While grades allows teacher to manage and maintain records of grades of the students. Google Classroom is built on the top of Google Docs and Google Drive, which means it is very easy to use and intuitive for any teacher. And that is the reason why an active Gmail account is required. Once we have got what we can do with the Google Classroom, now next is how to create a class using Google Classroom. Creating classes is the first step for teachers who want to set up an online space with Google Classroom. Thankfully, this is easy to do, and here is the process. Those who are using the desktop or laptop, they can simply navigate to https://googleclassroom.google.com. The moment they will go to the website, they will find a plus sign, tab is there. Plus tab is there on the right uppermost corner, and sign in the top right hand corner next to your Google account. Select the create class. There are 2 options over there. Whenever you will click the plus sign, you will get join class and create class. Here you are going to create a class, so you will have to select create class. If you want to join an existing class, then you will select join class. So we are right now talking about how to create a class. So you will have to select create class and then give it a name, section, etc., and then click create. And here is the screen basically you can see. So simply go to the Google search engine and you write down the Google Classroom, and there you will find Google Classroom. Click the Google Classroom. Once you click the Google Classroom, this kind of a screen will appear on your desktop or laptop. So you see here the plus sign on the right hand uppermost corner, plus sign. The moment you will click the plus sign, two options will be pop up: join class or create class. So say if you want to join any class, then you will select join class, and if you want to create class as a teacher, you can create your own class. The moment you will click create class, this kind of pop-up will appear where you will have to agree on some terms and conditions, and then click it and then click continue. The moment you will click continue, it will ask you the class name. So say for the example, I am giving online training for AMU faculty, section name, subject. These are the optional fields which you may provide or may not provide, room number, etc. And then click the create. You must see here on the left right hand bottom corner is create. So simply click the create. The moment you will click the create, you will get your class created, and this kind of a screen will appear. You just see here the green part over there, online training for AMU faculty. That is the class name which you have given over there, and this is also written on the topmost address bar over here. So you can notice on the first screen that there are some very important tabs and symbols over here, and we are discussing one by one. So first you see on the left hand side uppermost corner, three horizontal lines are there. You see three horizontal lines. They are called as the menu tabs. The moment you will click this tab, a vertical menu will appear with certain options are there that I will demonstrate in the later slide. Next you see here the class name. Class name appears here just side by side of the menu item, that is online training for AMU faculty. Also on the banner, online training for AMU faculty, you can see over here. If you note, there is a square sign over here, class code. Class code. The moment you will press this code or this square, the pop-up will appear with the class code, which you will have to share with your students, using which they can join your class. If you come on the right hand side uppermost corner, you will see here the setting button or tab. This is known as class setting. If you want to change the appearance of the class, name of the class, you will have to select this class setting. If you want to customize your class themes, there are two options over here, select theme, upload photo, so you can use these things over here. Similarly, if you want to write some post and announcement for your students, this is the thing, write post over here. You see here, write something or share something with your class or students. And a double arrow is there, that is for reuse the post. Sometime it may happen that you might have shared with the student some post and you want to reuse it and modify it. For that purpose, you can use it over here. So once you have created the class, now sometime it may happen that you want to customize the appearance of your class according to your needs and choice basically. So for that, I have already discussed that this tab, customize class themes, are there. So you will have to select this thing. So when you create your class for the first time, you are given a default header image. This is the image that a student will see when they click on your class to access assignment and announcements. You can customize this image with few quick steps are there. So select the theme, and the moment you will select the theme, it will ask to upload the photographs. So you will have to select the desired photograph and click the upload button. So you just see here, this is the menu. The moment you will click the select theme, this kind of theme will appear. Several themes are there, that is pre-built themes are there. So you can select any one of these. So for example, I have selected the one which is having some laptop and smartphones over there. So I have selected this one and then select class theme. The moment you will click select class theme, your class theme will get changed. You can just see over here in this screen, new theme appears for your screen. So another thing is that if you don't want to use the inbuilt themes and you want to upload your photographs or something over here, the provisions are also there. Alternatively, you may choose a photograph or theme for the class from your own gallery. So for that, you will have to go to these things, select a photo from your own computer, and you can select the desired one and click that. So this is how you can change the theme of your class. Sometimes it may happen that you want to change your profile photo. Profile photos are important as this will appear on your class so that the student can recognize the teachers over here. So sometimes it may happen that you want to change your photograph. So for that, you will have to go to the menu button that appears always on the right, left hand side, upper left hand side of the screen. So click that one. Here is that. Click the classes, select the desired class. So say for the example, I want to change the photographs for online training for AMU faculty. So I will choose that class and then go to the class settings. So class settings are there. You see here, class settings, and classes, and then you go to the settings. You just note down here, the moment you will select the menu item, this pop-up will appear. From the pop-up, go to the down side and you see here the setting. This is the class or settings. So choose this setting. The moment you will choose this setting, this kind of screen will appear, which will ask you to change your profile photograph. So simply click the change button and you can change your, it will ask to upload your photographs on there. So select the photograph from your computer, you select the desired photographs and set as, and then click set as profile photo. Your photograph will get changed. So the moment you have created the class, all the classes which you might have created, that will appear on this screen. So I have shown that in my case I have created two classes. So online training for AMU faculty, that is being shown over here, and another class which is there I am using for my course, that is CSM 4401 network programming, and that is for MCA 4 semester students. So you just see here, this is the name of the class and it is showing number of students who have joined. So it is 54, if you can see in the screen, it is 54 students have joined in this class. And these are the active classes. So this is the view. Whenever you will enter into the Google Classroom, you can see how many classes are there which you have created and what is the status of all this class. It may happen that you have created the class as a teacher. Sometimes it may happen that you have joined one class as a student and you have created one class or another class as a teacher. So both the classes will appear over here with different facilities or privileges, one for a student, another for teachers. In my case, I have created both the classes as teacher, so both the classes are being shown over here. I know that many of you are using smartphone. The topic which we have discussed till now, that was related to the desktop or laptop, but many of you are using the smartphone. So I have shown over here the interface which will appear on the smartphone as well. More or less the things will be same, but due to the limitation of the screen size of the mobile phone, the menu items are arranged in a different way. So here you see, if you are seeing the active classes in the desktop, it will look like this, but if you see the same thing on the mobile phone, it will look like that. So active classes will be looking in this way, the first class, and beyond that is the, below is that the second class. Similarly, you can see the menu item is over here. And if you can notice, 3 dots are there. They are known as just side by, just before the class name, you can see online training, AMU faculty. So just by that, you can see the 3 dots, that is known as classes cards. So class cards are there. They will give you different facility to edit or archive your classes. I will discuss in the later section. And you see here the plus sign is there. So if you are using iOS, mobile or operating system, you will get the plus sign at the bottom. If you are using Android phone, that plus sign or plus tab will be on the right hand side of the mobile, upper right hand side corner of the mobile. So that you can use for joining or creating class, that I have already told. Similarly, if you will click the menu item on your mobile phone, the appearance will look like this. That is the same things that that is there in the laptop or desktop, but due to the screen size limitations, the things will be arranged in a different way. So just for your convenience, I have given both the views over here. Rest of the thing you can explore over your device which you are using over there. Once you have created the class, the next step is to add your student to your class. So to add the students, there are two methods. One is that you can share the class code with your students and ask the students to join your class by giving the class code, or another method is that you have the email address of that, so you can invite the students using email of that. So first of all, I will discuss this first method, that is using the class code. So you see here I have told you in the previous slide that the square bracket which is there just below the name of the class, say for example here online training for AMU faculty, here is the square class code. So you just simply click this square size, it will show you the class code in the bold fonts. So this is something like that, some characters are written over here. So DNFNB07, this is the class code. What you have to do, you have to share this class code with your students whom you want to join your class. You can share this code using the WhatsApp group or email ID of the students. So that is up to you, what kind of communication you have with the students. The moment the students receive this code, they can join your class by simply clicking the plus tab, and there is option there, join the class. They will ask for the class code, simply they will give the class code and this will join the class. Sometime it may happen that you want to change the class code or you want to disable it. So such kind of facilities are always there. So you will see here at the right hand side corner of the screen of your class, say for example we are talking here about online training for AMU class. So you see here on the right hand uppermost corner, class setting button or tab is there. So if you will click this tab, you will get this kind of screen. So here you can change the class name, section, and even you can display, copy, reset or disable the class code. So you can change the class code. It is not always there that once you have created a class code that will remain same forever. Once you are done or due to any other reason you want to change your class code, you can change the class code from here. So once you have changed, you save the things and the class code will be changed or reset or disabled as you wish. Here is the mobile interface for the same thing. You see here on the right hand topmost corner, the class setting button or tab is there. So you will simply click it and then you can have the facilities to edit your class, change or modify your class or class codes, etc. Now next is another method is there that you can tell your students to join the class by inviting them. So how to invite the student to join your class. So you see here, for that you will have to go to the online training for AMU class, and you see here there are 4 tabs. Stream, if you can notice on the uppermost part of the screen, stream, classwork, people and grade. So here you will have to select the people tab. The moment you will click the people tab, 2 options will be displayed over here, teachers and students. So right now we are talking about how to invite students. So you see here the symbol for a student, some symbol is there with plus sign. The moment you will click it, you will get an option invite student. So the moment you will click invite students, it will ask the email ID of the student. So in this case I have given the email ID. If I want to invite only one student, I can give one email ID. If I can invite more than one students in one go, similarly separated by comma or blank space, we can give the other email IDs. And the moment you give this email ID and then click invite, an email invitation will automatically be sent to the students with the class code and link to join this class. In that case, the student will have to simply click the link and they will enter into your classroom and they can join the classroom. So there are 2 methods of joining the class. So here is the things written over here. The student who would receive an invitation link to join your class, he or she may join by simply clicking the invitation link received on his or her email. Similarly, you can invite co-teachers also. Sometimes it is required that a lot of students have joined in your class and you want to have some co-teacher so that they can interact with the students, evaluate their assignments and like that. So for that you will have to go to the teacher tab, simply go to this plus sign over here and then click invite teachers, and you can add the email of the teachers and click invite button. The teacher will be added over here. So there are two facilities to invite teachers as well as invite students. Here is the mobile interface of the same thing I have given over here, because most of the people are using the mobile interface. That's why I had given the mobile interface over here. Sometime it may be required that some unwanted students or by mistake or otherwise may join your class. Sometimes you are testing the things and we have added some students over here. Now we want to formalize our class and we want to remove the students from the class. So options are always there. So how to remove students from your class? So for that you will have to go to the people tab, mark the tabs, 4 tabs over here: stream, classwork, people and grade. So you will have to select the people tab over here, and from the people tab you see here the students, and all the students who have joined the class will be displayed over. So name of all the students are there who have joined the class. Here in this case Nikita Agarwal, Abdullah Ahmad Khan and so and so. The name of the students are there who have joined this class. So select the particular student whom you want to remove from the class. So say for example here we have seen, if you can see here, Abdullah Ahmad Khan, I want to remove this. So I have selected over here, check the checklist and then go to the action tab, which is just below the student tab. Action tab, the moment you will click the pop-up icon, 3 things will be displayed over here. Either you can email, or you can remove him, or you can mute that student. So we want to remove it, so simply we will select the remove. The moment you will click the remove button, that student will be removed from your class. So this is how you can remove a student. Either you can select one student or more than one student over here, and you can remove the student, or you can communicate with these students by sending the emails to a particular student or to a group of students depending on your requirement. So the facilities are there. Sometimes it may happen that you want to modify a class. Modify a class means while you are creating the class, something you give the name on trial basis A, B, C or anything, and next you is oh, I have to formalize it, I want to give it a proper name of the class. So the facilities are there. And how to do it? So you just see here. For that you will have to go to the menu item. Menu item means 3 horizontal lines which are there on the topmost left hand side of the screen. You see here. So you see the you click the menu item. From the menu item you choose the proper class or which class you want to modify. So say for example I have chosen over here online training for ANU faculty. So this class will appear over here. So once the class is there, come to the right hand side uppermost corner, class setting button. That is class setting button is over here. So simply click this class setting button. The moment you will press this button, this kind of menu item will appear over here, where you can change the class name, section, whatever changes you want to make it over here. You make the desired changes and then save. You can see the right hand side uppermost corner, there is save button. So once you have edited the things over here, you can save the changes and your class will be accordingly modified. Sometimes you are not satisfied that I have created 1, 2, 3 or 4 classes due to any reason while testing the things over here, and you want to delete the class altogether because it is just populating your Google Drive and populating your mobile phones and devices. So sometimes you wish to delete the class. So in the following section we will try to learn how to archive or delete a class. Archive means you can retrieve the class later on. So it will be moved to a Google Drive folder. Later on if you want to see something, you can see the information, but it will not be active for the students. And any archived class, you can delete it or you can restore it. So simply we will see the things over here, how to archive a class. If you want to archive a class, so sign in to the classroom at classroom.google.com, and on the class card, I have told you the class card is there, 3 horizontal buttons or 3 vertical buttons are there. So simply you choose this class card. It is just side by side the class name. I will show you in the desktop view later on. And from there, there are two options, edit and archive. So you will simply select the archive. To confirm, click archive. Once you have archived it, how we can see how many classes I have archived? So for that you will have to go to the menu button, there you can see the archived classes over here. Similarly, if you want to restore the archived class, so go to the archived class and just side by the archived class name, you can see the class card which I had discussed in the previous slide. So simply click these three buttons and you can restore it from there. And finally, you have decided that I have to delete it completely from the disk. I don't want to retrieve it or refer it later on. So simply choose the delete option from the class card. But once you have deleted, there is no way to undo a deleted class. So this is how you can delete it. I am just showing you the class cards over here. You see here, if you can notice, there are two classes are there. Online training for AMU faculty. Another class is there, CSM 4401, that is network programming. And just beside the class name, you can see the class card. Three vertical buttons are there. So you can choose these buttons. Say for example, for online training, I have selected this class card and different options are there. Move, edit, copy and archive. So I have to archive it. So simply I have selected the archive button. The moment you will select the archive, this kind of pop-up will appear over here, which will confirm that do you want to confirm it or do you want to archive it. So it will be archived in your Google Drive. So simply select the archive. The moment you will select the archive, that archive class will be moved to your Google Drive and it will no longer visible on your active Google Classroom. So you see here, initially there were two classes visible over here, online training and CSM 4401. But once you have archived online training, you can see that has gone or that has moved to archive class, and here you are having only one class, that is network programming class. So only active classes will be visible over here. And the next class, which was their online training class, has got archived. How to see the archived class, where it has gone? So for that you will have to come to menu item. Menu is that three horizontal lines are there on the topmost left hand corner are there. The moment you click the menu item, you can see here the archived classes. The moment you will click the archive class, that archive class, that is online training for AMU faculty member, will be seen over here. So you can see these are the archive class. So the class, if the classes are archived, still you can see the things, not your students, but you can retrieve their assignments, you can check the classes, you can do a lot of activities with the archive class because it is there on your Google Drive. But once you have deleted it from there, there is no way of accessing that archived class. So say for example, we are interested in deleting it. So we'll go to the archive class and just see the class card over here. Online training for AMU faculty, three vertical dots are there, they are known as class card. So the moment you will click it, you can have the options over here, copy, restore and delete. So from here we will have to see or select the delete option because we want to delete it from there. So the moment you will click the delete, that will be removed from your Google Drive and you will no longer be. So that is how you can delete a class which has been wrongly or some other reasons has been created. Now what are the various methods of communicating with your students? So that is we have discussed under the tab teacher and student view side by side. So there are several ways the Google Classroom provides you the several facilities or several ways in which you can communicate with your students. So we will see one by one. So if you can see here, select the class first, the students of which you want to communicate with. So here is we have selected the CSM 4401 network programming and we want to communicate with the students of this class. So one way of communication is that through the announcement. If you can see here just below this class theme, here share something with your class. So I can write something over here and I can post it. That post will be visible to all the students. So you can see this is one way of announcement, you can say, or communication is there. But if you want to communicate with the students on individual basis or on a group of students, say for example in the class you are having 50 students and you want to share something with 10 students or 2 students or even single student. Such kind of facilities are there. So for that you will have to come to the people tab. So stream, classwork and people. So you will have to go to the people tab over here. The moment you will select the people tab, name of the students who have joined your class will be displayed like that. So you see here, Asad, MCA, Nikita, Abdullah, Muhammad Bilsar, and so many students have, these are the students which have joined the class. So say for the example, I have to communicate, I have to send an email to Abdullah Ahmed Khan. So I will select this Abdullah Ahmed Khan and see on the right hand side, you have the 3 dots, vertical dot. The moment you will click it, it will prompt you to email a student. So say for the example, I select email a student. The moment I will click that email, such kind of email composition window will open, and you can create your message over here. And automatically the email of Abdullah is there. So you will have to write the subject and compose the message and then simply send it. The message will be delivered to Abdullah Khan. So this is the way how you can communicate with a single student. Similarly, if you want to communicate with more than one student, that is group of students, the provision is also there. So select here, check the group of students. Say for example, here in this case, I have checked Asad, Asim and then Abdullah. So 3 boxes we have checked over here. And now go to the action tab. Action tab is there just below the student name. You see here the action tab, the first one in the class name. So click the action tab, you will find email. So select the email. The moment you will click the email, email composition window will appear over here with email of 3 students. Automatically email of 3 students will be populated here at the 2. So you have to create the message and then you can send it. Similarly, if you want to select all and you want to communicate with all the students, then you may select all. You see here, just left hand side of the action button, check this box, all students will be selected, and then go to the action buttons options and select email and then send the email. So email will be sent to all the students of the class. So this is how you can communicate with your students. As I have told you that another way of communication is by adding announcement and lesson materials, and that is available feature in the Google Classroom. So sometime give your students announcement about your lesson, add lesson material in the announcements. These announcements will show up in the students Google Classroom stream. That way student can find everything quickly. You can add material from Google Drive, connect it to the Google Classroom lesson, add files, images from your computer, and even you can share YouTube video, etc. and you can share it or post to the students. Here is how you can do all these things. So you see here, again select the desired class, the students of which you want to communicate. So the first tab, uppermost part of the screen you see here, stream, classwork, people and grades. So you will have to select the stream. The moment you will select the stream, you will see here the first tab beyond, beneath the classroom theme is there. Share something with your class. So click this one. The moment you will click, it will ask or it will prompt you to write something over here. So see the example, you can compose the message. I have written that I will be interacting with you on 20th of April at this and that time. So depending on your requirement, you can write down the message over here and you can simply post it. Sometimes you may require that along with the announcement I want to add some material over here. So there is an option, you see here, add also. Add files if any, or if you want to add it. So for that you will have to select the add tab. It will ask to add it from the Google Drive, a link, or you can even select a file from your computer. So I have selected a file from my computer. It will ask the file name. Simply I will select the file and then I will upload it. So I have selected the file, Google Classroom user guide, that I had shared with you also, and I have uploaded it and select the upload file. The moment you will select the upload, it will be visible to you. It has not been posted as yet. So you see here, this is the announcement and this is the file which you want to share with your students. And once I have posted it, that it will be visible to the students, and for that you have to post it. You see here the finally post button is there on the right hand bottom of the screen. So simply click the post, it will be visible to the students. So the moment I have posted it, now you can see in the screen that Asim Zafar had made an announcement, and I will be interacting with you on 20th April, we will send that, and the material is there, the Google Classroom user guide is there. So announcement and uploaded files are visible for the students over here. Sometimes it may happen that you want to edit or modify your announcement, or even you want to delete the announcement or the file which you have uploaded over here. So the options are always there. So you just see the right hand side of the announcement, you will again see the card. 3 vertical dots are there. So using this card, you can modify, means edit, delete, or copy the post over here. So you see here, the moment you will click it, you can see edit. So you can edit your announcement, you can delete the files which you have attached, and whatever you want to do with your announcement, depending on your requirement, you can do it. So this is how you can communicate with your students. So till now we have learned how to create a classroom, how to invite students, how to add students, how to change the theme of the class, how to send invitation or send email to the students, and how to upload some materials. So we have seen over there. Now the next thing is that the important part in the academic activity is how to create an assignment in Google Classroom. So there are 2 ways we will discuss over here. One way is that, say for example, using any editing software, say for example using Microsoft Word, I have created my assignment file and I have saved it already there, or I have changed it as the PDF file, that depends on you. So you have already created it. Assignment file is there and you have stored somewhere in your file. And you can upload this file as an assignment to the Google Classroom. This is one way of uploading or creating an assignment. So first we will discuss this thing, how to create an assignment. So you see here, for that you will have to go select the class. Say for example, I want to give some assignment to the online training for any faculty members, and you will have to choose the classwork. You will have to choose the classwork tab. You see there stream, classwork, people, and grades are there. So you will have to select the classwork. The moment you will select the classwork, you see here the plus button, create. So next you will have to select the create option. The moment you will click create, this kind of screen will appear, which is asking you to upload your assignment, quiz assignment, questions, materials, reuse post, and topic. So say for example, here we are interested in uploading our assignment. So we will select the first option, that is assignment. The moment you will select assignment, this kind of window will appear, which is asking the title of the assignment. For the sake of example, I have written over here sliding window protocol, or whatever name, assignment number 1, Google Classroom, whatever name you want, you wish to give it over here. Similarly, you can provide the instructions, that is optional. Say for example, here you can write you have to submit the assignment or completed assignment in the Google Classroom, or you have to submit the assignment or send the assignment to my email ID. So whatever instruction you want to put it over here, that you can give the things. So once you have written the title for the assignment, next is to upload, to add the assignment. So you have already created your assignment in the Word file, or you have already the PDF file saved over there. So simply go to the add button. You must see, or must be seeing over here. So you add button, click the add button, different options will appear over here. So Google Drive, link, add from file, YouTube. So you have already existing files over there. So simply you will click add from file. So you will simply click the file option. The moment you will click the file option, it will ask you to select the file and upload it. So you will select the desired file, sliding window protocol, from the computer's drive, and simply uploaded it over here. So that file appears over here. You see here the assignment can be seen, sliding window protocol is here. So this is the draft which has been saved over here. Till now it is not visible to the students. It has been created but not uploaded or not posted for the students. It gives you, it allows you to edit the assignment, to delete the assignment, to change the assignment if you want. So if you are confirmed that it is okay, then only you should post it over here. So you see here the draft is there. So using the draft card, you can edit the assignment, or even you can delete if you wish. So say for example, I want to now assign it to the students. So you see here the sliding window protocol is there. I have added the files, and then go to the uppermost corner of the right hand side of the screen. You see here the assign is there. So you simply click this assign button. Before assigning, there are certain things below the assign button. You see here points are there, 100 points are there. So say for the example, like you want to grade it on 100 points or 20 points or 50 points, depending on that you can change it. Due date, you can announce the due date for the assignment over here. Simply click the option, calendar, Google Calendar will open over here. From that you choose the date over here. Similarly, you can choose the topics and like that. And once you have done, you simply click assign. So I am just showing you what will happen if you click the assign button. So the moment you will click assign button, there are three options are there, or three options will appear before you. One is assign, another is schedule, and next is save the draft for later on you want to assign it. So if you will click the assign, immediately it will be assigned to the students and the students can see it. Similarly, if you want to schedule it for a later date, say for example, I have prepared the assignment and I have uploaded it there, and I want to schedule that this should be visible to the student on 23rd of April. So similarly, you can give the due date over here. So accordingly, that assignment will be uploaded right now, but it will be visible to the student on the scheduled date, say for example 23rd of April and like that. So you can perform the desired actions from here. Just for example, say for example, I have chosen the assign button. This kind of pop-up window will appear over here, and you simply click the assign, and or you can schedule it over here. So I have scheduled it and then posted it there. So finally it will be visible to the student, you see here. So sliding window protocol, it was scheduled for April 20th and like that, whatever scheduling date you have given over here. So that assignment will be visible to the students. So this is how you can upload an assignment. And I have told you how to change the due dates and like that. So setting up due date, you see here, there are options for setting due dates and topics and like that. So you can explore all these things from here. If you click the due date calendar, Google Calendar will appear. From the calendar you can choose the date and time is optional, and similarly you can assign it. So that assignment will be done. I have shown you over here the mobile interface for that. So how or where it will appear for the students, you see here. So this is the mobile interface. Similarly, you will have to go to classwork tab. So there are three tabs in the bottom side of it: stream, classwork, and people. To view the assignment, you will have to go to the classwork. The moment you will see the classwork, the three things will appear over here. You see here, sliding window protocol, assignment, question, material. So this kind of screen will appear, and you can see the uploaded assignments that is there. Another option which I want to discuss with you is that you want to create the assignment here on the computer online. I mean to say, you have not created the assignment well in advance, that is not stored on your drive as a Word file or a PDF file. Still you want to create it over here. So now I am going to discuss, alternatively you may create assignment in Google Classroom online. So how to create it online, that I am going to discuss next. So you see here, say for example, you want to create the assignment online over here. So Google Classroom provides such kind of facilities also. For that, you see here, go to the assignment button from classwork. So choose the classwork, and from choose the assignment, you give the name of the assignment, optional instructions are there. And you see here, there are two buttons below that, add and create. So in that case, where you want to create the assignments online, you will have to select the create button. And if you have already saved assignment, for that you will simply click the add button. So in this case, now we are going to discuss how to create the assignments online. So we will select the create. The moment you will click the create button, you will have docs, slides, sheets, drawings, forms, several options are there. So say for example, I want to write something as an assignment text. So I will select docs, Google Docs. The moment I will select Google Docs, such kind of a screen will appear, and it will allow me to type my assignment. So I have written something over here, share your experience of managing your class online with Google Classroom. Say for example, I want to give this assignment to the students. So I have written over here or composed the message over here. You see on the uppermost corner, left hand corner, the heading of the document or title of the document is feedback on Google Classroom experience. So this, say for example, this is the title for the assignment, and the message which has been there has been composed over here. Share your experience of managing your class online with Google Classroom. So I will create the assignments over here. Whatever you want to type it over here, type it, compose it, and once you have done, save it. The moment you will save it, it will be saved. Right now it has not been assigned to the student. It has been saved on your Google Drive. from the Google Drive, you will have to select it. So you see here, this is screen. So from there, Google Drive, I have selected this one, feedback on Google Classroom, and then it allows you to give certain privileges on this file to the students. This is very important to note that. Please see here. Sometime it may happen, there are three kinds of privileges which you can give the student on your assignment file. Number one is that, no, I don't want to give the students any privilege to change the assignment. Simply they have to see the assignment or view the assignment and write their assignment on some different files and submit it to me. That's fine. But Google Classroom sometimes gives you three kinds of privileges to the students that they can do on the assignment file, and these privileges are here. So this is important. I just read it over here so you can see here. Number one privilege is that the students can view only. So select this option if you want all students to be able to view the file but not to be able to modify it in any way. So this is the ideal situation for study guides and generic handout that the whole class needs access to. Another privilege is that the student can edit the file. Sometimes you want that whatever assignment file I am giving to them, they can edit it and they can collaborate with each other. So see here, choose this option if you want all students to be able to edit and work on the same document. This would be ideal for a collaborative class project where students may be working on separate slides in the same Google presentation, or where they are collaboratively brainstorming ideas for something you want to discuss in your next class. So Google Classroom gives you this kind of facilities which we can give, or this kind of privileges which can be allowed to the students from your side. Or you can give the student third kind of privilege, that is make a copy for each student. If you pick this option, Classroom will make a copy of the original file for each and every student in your class and give them editing rights to that file. The teacher's master file will remain intact and the student have no access to the original file, but a separate copy will be there. In this copy he can write the things over here, and then later on he can submit it to the teacher. So these three kinds of facilities are there. How you can assign all these kind of privileges, that is one. So you see here the file which you have created in the Google Docs, namely feedback on Google Classroom, that appears over here. You see the cards. The moment you will click the card, you can see all the three options, and depending on your need you can select any one of these options. Once you have done it, you will have to assign it. The moment you will click the assign button, that assignment will become visible to the students. So okay, till now we have discussed how to create the class, modify the class, add students to the class, how to create an assignments that we have seen till now. So for today I take a break from here, and in the next session I will discuss how the students can complete and submit the assignment. That we will have to tell the students also. So we will see as a student how we can submit the assignment or complete or submit the assignments. How as a teacher we will grade the assignments, and how we will be returning the assignments to the students, and what are the additional resources are there, and some question answer sessions we will take up on the next slide or next day. So till then, goodbye, happy learning, keep enjoying.